field now hitting 20. Former Vice President Joe Biden officially in this morning.
In a video posted online, Biden wades right into the cultural divisions facing the nation, seizing on the violent 2017 white supremacy rally in Charlottesville, Virginia.
It was there in August of 2017 we saw Klansmen and white supremacists and neo-Nazis come out in the open.
And he takes aim directly at the president.
He said there were, quote, some very fine people on both sides. Very fine people on both sides?
Biden says Charlottesville was a turning point and says he's entering the race because he believes that the, quote, core values of this nation are at stake. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
President Trump now says he will fight all the subpoenas from congressional Democrats for White House officials to testify about the Mueller report. The president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, tells ABC's Start Here podcast.
I mean, you can only go so far in harassing the president without violating the Constitution. They have gone way past that line.
A driver accused of slamming his car into a crowd in Sunnyvale, California, near San Francisco, now faces 8 counts of attempted murder. Isaiah Peoples was arrested on the spot. His mother, Livelle, says,
I wish we could rewind the clock 24 hours or so, and maybe I could talk to him more had I felt that, something was bothering him.
The father of 2 of the suicide bombers in Sri Lanka is now under arrest, accused of helping his sons. ABC's James Longman is in the capital of Colombo.
Investigators keying in on surveillance footage from the moments just before the deadly attacks. Images broadcast on Sri Lankan TV from the Cinnamon Grand Hotel show a man in a backpack lingering in the dining room. Minutes later, an explosion tears through the crowded restaurant.
In eastern Russia, Vladimir Putin speaking after a summit with North Korea's Kim Jong-un. He says the North needs security guarantees before giving up its nuclear weapons. You're listening to ABC News.
Is your portfolio diversified? Will your hard-earned money maintain its value in the future? The national debt is at an all-time high and growing every day. With all of the financial and political craziness going on in the world, many smart investors are turning to gold. Billionaires, banks, and financial experts are all buying gold now. So should you. The stock market bubble could burst at any time. Be smart. Protect your assets. You need to buy gold now. Call Paramount Gold and Silver and find out how you can start adding gold to your portfolio. At Paramount Gold and Silver, we'll beat any price, and qualified new customers will receive up to $3,000 in free gold. Use your IRA or 401k to start buying gold now. Don't wait. Call Paramount Gold and Silver to start protecting your hard-earned assets now and ask about getting up to $3,000 in free gold. That's 1-800-670-5520. 1-800-670-5520. That's 1-800-670-5520.
There's a new complaint about possible ties between the NRA and the Trump campaign. Here's ABC's Andy Field.
After a gunman critically wounded Congresswoman Gabby Gifford, she created a foundation that fights gun violence. That organization has filed a civil complaint demanding that the Federal Election Commission act on evidence that the NRA made illegal contributions to the Trump campaign and 7 other candidates, including Senators Tom Tillis, Tom Cotton, Cory Gardner, and Ron Johnson. The complaint says the NRA used shell companies to get around federal election contribution laws.
Facebook now says it's setting aside $3 billion to pay for a potential fine from the Federal Trade Commission over privacy violations. The social network says the fine could go as high as $5 billion. Facebook stock still up. And a whole lot of us will be skipping summer vacation this year. But what to do about it?
A survey by creditcards.com says 39 million Americans can't afford to go on vacation this summer. So start saving now so you can go away next year.
Christmas comes around the same time every year, so you need to plan for that. Plan for your vacations also.
Analyst Ted Rossman.
Just by maximizing your daily shopping, groceries, gas, you might be able to sock away several $100s in the form of a sign-up bonus and ongoing rewards that could really help you out.
The average cost of a vacation this summer, just under $2,000. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Call Total Financial now at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
I'm Sherry Preston.
Bill Sheehan at North Carolina Tractor Supply wants you to know he is back in business after the fire. New location, 299 Railroad Avenue, and with springtime here, it's a great time to get the tractor you've always wanted. Massey Ferguson. Ask about 0% financing with approved credit. Get ready for a busy season with a visit to North Carolina Tractor Supply, now in their new location, 299 Railroad Avenue. Call them up, 288-0395.
Good Thursday morning. Beautiful summer-like days in the forecast today. Partly sunny skies, warm and breezy with high temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s today. A small chance of a sprinkle. Otherwise tonight we're mostly cloudy and mild. The chance for showers increases tonight with low temperatures in the lower 60s. Tomorrow, grab an umbrella. We'll stay cloudy and breezy tomorrow with showers and thunderstorms likely. Highs in the low to mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Nice weather today. I don't think we could ask for better weather if we tried, but it's here. Partly cloudy today, mostly sunny with highs around 82 with that wind gusting to about 19 miles per hour. It's going to feel like summertime out there. And we have several days like that. The rain returns to the forecast on Friday, maybe tonight, overnight into Friday, and then sort of clearing out of here by Friday night. Wind gusting on Friday night to about 23 miles per hour. Then we can look towards Saturday and Sunday with beautiful weather, 76 on Saturday and 79 on Sunday. Right now it's 55 degrees here at WCAB Studios in Rutherford on Whiteside Road, and we're so glad to have you join us for the morning wake-up call. Thank you for being a part of our audience. We appreciate that so very much. Now let's take a look at these death announcements that we have this morning. Donald R. Smith, age 74, of Bostic, died Monday at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills in Forest City. There will be a gathering of family and friends from 6 until 8 o'clock this evening at Harrelson Funeral Home. Harrelson Funeral Home and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Donald R. Smith, and guest registry is available at harrelsonfuneralhome.com. Jimmy Clayton, age 84, of Shelby, died Tuesday at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. A funeral service will be conducted at 2 o'clock Saturday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel with Reverend David Bradley officiating. Burial will follow in Cleveland Memorial Park with military honors being provided by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Jimmy Clayton and Thomas Moore Callison, died April 19th. A memorial service will be held 11 o'clock today in the Pageant at King Chapel with Pastor Faye Herbin officiating. Visitation will be from 10 until 11 prior to the service at the mortuary. The Pageant at King Mortuary is serving the family of Thomas Moore Callison. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. The complete information on these and others as they become available to us can be heard this morning at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report. The Braves had a good night last night over the Reds. They beat them 3-1. They'll be at it again this evening with the Reds, and that is same time, and we'll join that pregame following news at 6. They lost one to the Reds. They won this one. Let's see who wins this next one tonight. Tune in, if you will, that game tonight. A couple of other announcements. Heads up for 4 opportunities to find out how you can make a difference. Hospice of the Carolina Foothills volunteer training sessions coming up. Several locations in Marion, May 20th and 23rd, 6 until 9 at the Marion Resale Store, North Main Street, Suite 10, Marion. Also in Forest City, June 3rd through the 6th, 6 until 9 at the Carolina Event and Conference Center on Hudlow Road. And over in Columbus, June 24th through the 27th at the Columbus office, West Mill Street, Suite 108, Columbus. Or you can watch the training video online in the comfort of your own home. Just call Hospice to find out more. Call 218, that's 800-218-CARE. 800-218-CARE. And Eastwood Village Retirement Community is sponsoring a series of forums to assist in meeting the challenges that most people face when getting ready for retirement or have already experienced retirement. owner of Eastwood Village, Mike McKeithen, constantly hears the request for answers to challenges people are facing daily. He felt this would be an excellent opportunity to shed some light and get answers to the puzzling and stressful concerns. And the first one is going to be this evening, 6:30 until 7:30, and be led by John Krotz, a partner of King Law Firm.
During arguments on Tuesday, the justices were split along ideological lines. The 4 liberals sided with blue cities who hate the citizenship question. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, the wise Latina, said that fewer people will respond if the question is included, leading to an undercount. But Justice Gorsuch, Justice Kavanaugh, pointed out that the citizenship question was part of the census for most of our history, and that many nations ask residents about citizenship. Chief Justice Roberts, Justice Samuel Alito said that Trump administration's decision to add the question seemed reasonable to them. Now, the liberals depend on the illegal immigrant population to help them demand more tax dollars and to inflate the numbers of congressional seats they hold. They are terrified of losing both money and power if the court rules in the correct way, which is in favor of the Constitution. And that's why they're in panic mode. I mean, how ridiculous is this? To ask a question if you're a citizen is considered to be wrong? Idiots. Say, folks, I am thrilled to welcome back our good friends at Mahindra just in time for spring. Right now, your Mahindra dealer has more ways to save during their Demo and Drive sales event. Demo a Mahindra E-Max 20S HST and save up to $2,500 off MSRP with power package implements. Plus, it comes with Mahindra's industry-leading 7-year limited powertrain warranty. Mahindra tractors are easy to operate, they are fuel efficient, and man, are they powerful. There's more for your money. What more could you ask for? Visit MahindraUSA.com to find your dealer and get more Mahindra during the Demo and Drive sales event. For purchases of E-Max 20S HST now through June 30th, 2019. Stop in or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information.
Take advantage of rock bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at East Rutherford Equipment in Ellenboro. Or visit EastRutherfordEquipmentLLC.com. That's EastRutherfordEquipmentLLC.com.
Holding hands, sipping cherry cokes, and enjoying the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Today we decided to walk to school. At the corner, we waited to cross the street. The stoplight counted down. 15, 14, 31. 13? We took a left on Carroll Garden Street.
Garden Street?
Loud music was coming from a car. Danny's a smart kid, but he gets so distracted.
There were so many other sounds, I didn't know what to focus on.
Danny, Earth to Danny. Suddenly he realized he forgot his homework again.
I left my homework on the table.
At the school steps, we hugged goodbye. I really hope he doesn't have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
When you need daycare services for your adult loved one, Rutherford Life Services is always there for a dependable and loving environment. Rutherford Life offers a place to go during the daytime for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and creative activities. Caregivers can go to work knowing that their loved one is in a safe and reliable place. Rutherford Life is licensed by the North Carolina Division of Aging. Rutherford Life has a full staff of trained professionals who show love and support. Call them today and let them answer any questions you may have concerning adult daycare services. 828-288-1697 or visit the facility at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
If you're going to be doing some work around the house this spring and summer, doing some remodeling work yourself or fixing some roofs and windows and those kind of things, let me ask you to consult with Henson Building Material before you pay way too much somewhere else. Get the undivided attention that you deserve and need at Henson Building Material. If you're needing hardwood floors or vinyl, you certainly come to the right place. Check Henson Building Material out before you spend too much. And if you'll get over to Henson's in April, you can take advantage of a lot of April doorbuster specials, including Radisil stain and sealer for wood. A special April price on 1 gallon of leak stopper for a roof patch. It will eliminate problem leaks, only $14.99 the month of April. Stop by and support your local business. Henson Building Material, 177 Duke Street, where they're more than just a lumberyard. And if you have any question about what you might need to fix that cabinet or fix that place there in your house, you want to do it yourself, ask them. They've got the answers, and they've got the material. Duke Street, Forest City.
On April 9, 1865, Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant signed the Confederacy's surrender. The Civil War was over, and it was time to turn over the prisoners of war to the other side. One prisoner of war camp was located in Vicksburg, Mississippi. As the tide had turned against the Confederacy, all of their resources were directed toward the last struggle for victory. Conditions in the South were not good, and the conditions at the prisoner of war camp at Vicksburg were even worse. On April 25, 1865, the steamship Sultana pulled into Vicksburg to take the Union soldiers home. It had a capacity of 376 passengers, but on this day, it would be loaded down with 2,400 Union soldiers. The crowded conditions didn't bother them. Even the delay in departure caused by a boiler problem didn't dampen their spirits. However, 2 days later, on April 27, tragedy struck. The boiler that had given the crew a problem earlier exploded. Hundreds of sleeping soldiers died instantly from flying metal, steam, and boiling water. The wooden ship became engulfed in fire. The flames killed more soldiers. Others died of exposure in the frigid waters. The Sultana became the United States' worst tragedy on water, as approximately 1,547 people died, 1,450 of whom were Union soldiers looking forward to getting back to a normal life after valiantly serving their country. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
It is now 17 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on this tremendous Thursday morning, and we're going to the phones now to get started to call around the county to find out what's been happening overnight while we slept. Our first stop is the Sheriff's Department, and Sheriff Chris Francis is on the phone with me right now. Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning, Jim. Hope you're doing well this morning.
Yes, sir, I am, and hope you are.
Beautiful spring weather. I can't complain.
Well, I know it. Isn't it beautiful?
It is nice.
Tell us what's been going on in your department.
Jim, in the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 166 calls for service. There have been 9 arrests processed at the county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 153. Among those arrested, Brittany Nicole Gillian, 30-year-old female, was charged with 2 counts of trespassing, received a $2,000 unsecured bond. Richard Wayne Hurst, 39-year-old male of Forest City, was charged on assault of a female. We'll see a district court judge for bond. Curtis Eugene Larry, 26-year-old male of Spindale, was charged with burglary, larceny, and attempted arson, and received a $50,000 secure bond. Terry Lee Bunch Jr. of Forest City was charged with violation of domestic violence order, misdemeanor stalking. We'll see a district court judge for bond. J-Ron Danita Bristol, 22-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with trespassing and received a custody release. Pamela Lynn Lovelace, a 33-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and received a written promise to appear. Devontae Marquez Hill, 26-year-old male of Spindale, was charged with probation violation and received $8,000 secured bond. One of the incidents, we had a larceny on Callahan King Road. A Honda CBR 929 white and black motorcycle was taken. In a separate instance, we had larceny on Maple Creek Road in Rutherford where prescription medications were stolen. We had a larceny on Crystal Creek Road in Mooresboro where household items were shipped from a residence in Florida to an address near this location, but it was the wrong address UPS shipped it to, and they're having a hard time relocating those items. And we had a stalking violation of the domestic violence order where Terry Bunch was arrested out of that incident. And that's the the report we have for today, Jim.
All right, Sheriff. Thank you so very much for that report, and you be safe out there today. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye-bye. At McCurry Deck Motors, you can browse a selection of vehicles that includes all of the top models in Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC lineups. The McCurry Deck Motors lineup of vehicles checks all the boxes, ensuring that they will have the perfect vehicle for any car shopper that visits their lot. Come visit and see what's in store for you and your family with the McCurry Deck quality reputation of fair deals and customer service. Try the Chevy. Find new roads with Chevy. At McCurry Deck Motors, we're the home of Chevy, Buick, and GMC. 1740 U.S. Highway 74A, Forest City.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Here's Jessica now with the report from the Communications Center. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
In the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 397 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 26 EMS calls, 15 for rescue. Law Enforcement Sheriff's Office responded to 166, Forest City to 56, Lake Lure to 12, Rutherford to 32, Spindale to 48. Fire calls, Bills Creek responded to a structure fire assisted by Lake Lure, Fairfield, and Green Hill. Ellenborough responded to a vehicle accident, and Forest City responded to a vehicle accident. And that's all we've got today.
Thanks, Jessica. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Well, it's springtime, and we're doing a lot of work out in the gardens and yards. You need to head over to Washburn Store. They've got garden seed, onion sets, seed potatoes, and flower seeds are available, flower sets. They have a good variety of vegetable garden seeds right now. And if you're working outside, need some protection against the elements, get you some of those overalls. Well, they're good overalls. Old garden hats, your bandanas. And if we get a little hungry, go ahead and bring you some hoop cheese inside, some stick candy, honey, all that's available. Go get you a garden push plow and seed spreader. All that's available at Washburn Store between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. Our historically significant country store right here in Rutherford County between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. Here's Ruby Taylor with the Danieltown SDO report. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us what's happening over there.
Well, the fire department's quiet. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Alan Mathis and Billy Bass having birthdays today, and hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the knees today and going to the legs tomorrow. That's all I got.
Thanks, Ruby. Have a good Thursday.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take a look around your living room. Wouldn't a brand new recliner look beautiful sitting in that corner or next to the fireplace? How would you like to win a brand new recliner? It's simple. JD and Marie Shook are showing their appreciation to their customers by giving away a brand new recliner every month. All you have to do is go by the Recliner Center and register. No purchase necessary. Then after the drawing at the end of each month, the box will be emptied and started again. You can register every time you visit the Recliner Center. And while you're browsing around looking at the great recliners, the lift chairs, the couches, don't forget about the comfortable spring air mattresses. Doctors tell us a good night's sleep is very important for more energy and stamina, and the Recliner Center is the home of the comfortable spring air bedding. And don't forget their new hours, Wednesday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 2. New hours, spring air bedding, and a chance to win a new recliner every month at the Recliner Center on Coopers Gap Road in Rutherfordton. And now at the Recliner Center, everything in stock, 20% off until May the 11th.
And here's a man that's risen up to the mountains to work and give us a report from beautiful Rumbling Ball. Used to be Fairfield Mountains, now it's called Rumbling Ball. And we have a man to tell us everything's going on up there. Steve, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jim. The mowers are going on. Can you hear those in the background?
Yes.
It was quite a night from a distance here in Lake Lure, about 2 a.m. there was a 3-story structure fire.
Oh, no.
And they just got off that job. And I have one guy, and I'll say his name's Irvin Smith. He works here. He got up at 2 a.m. from his White House community, came up here, and helped put out the fire. And he went home, took a shower, and now he's at work.
Oh, wow. That's loyalty. That's devotion.
It is, and it's a lot. And you know what? I'd name one name. There's a lot of folks from the Bills Creek Fire Department did the same thing.
Sure.
In Fairfield Fire Department, I'm sure Lake Lure Fire Department. There are a lot of fire departments involved in extinguishing that 3-story structure, which is way off the road, off of Memorial Highway, in the Riverbend community around Mallard and Hummingbird up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, they were working hard for several hours to keep other homes from being harmed, but I understand that one that is significantly harmed. So I can't say specifically to what extent, but I understand it's very significant.
Yeah. No injuries, as far as you know.
No, not that I've heard. And
good,
so
good.
That's good. So I just wanted to, shout out to those folks that worked out there all night and then are going to go this morning and put on their work clothes and try to make it through the day. That's something else.
We salute all the firemen and rescue folks, all of them.
Absolutely. And I got one announcement to make. This Saturday, April 27th at 7 a.m., the White House Community Center, they're going to sponsor a country breakfast buffet, and it's for all the activities they have going on in their community. It's at 5408 Painters Gap Road. Adults $6, children 6 to 12 $3, and children under 6 get eat free. And it's a whole lot of food, a huge menu. They're the White House Community Center this Saturday. So they do a lot of good for their community, and the folks, it's well attended, all these breakfasts they do. It's very successful operation they got over there.
They know how to turn the food out.
They do. So, and they even got their own Facebook page. I noticed that yesterday. So if you want to pull that up, White House Community Center. So I thought that was kind of neat. So whenever you go to that extent and make your own Facebook page for your community, that's pretty good. We're in a normal work cycle here. Thursday, it's my Friday. Our garden team is going to come out Saturday morning, and we're going to do a lot of planting. So if you're listening in, and just a reminder to be out there, be here at 9:30, and we'll get started.
Sound like Saturday weather is going to be good?
Yeah. The high Saturday's projected to be 77.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Well, enjoy it and have a good day, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
See you, Steve. Bye-bye. Steve's off on Fridays and works another schedule. We'll probably have Homer in tomorrow morning with the report. It's 28 minutes now past 7. Did you know that Rutherford County's largest pediatrics practice has 5 providers to serve the children and youth of this area? And even better, Rutherford Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients from birth to age 18. Rutherford Children's Care is conveniently located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Restaurant. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
It's 7:29, time now for us to go to Hudlow, talk with Bob Hodge, get the news from that fire district. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good morning.
You feeling good, it sounds like?
Well, we're doing good this morning. I hope you are.
Yes, sir. Mighty fine, mighty fine.
Well, you're looking good over there this morning.
I can't help that, Bob. I can't help it.
And the whole crowd over there this morning sitting around.
I know it.
Yeah. Well, Jim, things are going along good up here this morning. With the fire department, we hadn't had any calls overnight, so that's good. Want to say happy birthday to Kelly Pritchard this morning. So if you're going by haircutters or barbershop in downtown Relton, stop in and wish Kelly a happy birthday today. So, but Jim, other than that, things are going along good up here, and look like we're going to have another good day up here, and I hope y'all have a good day up there today.
Thanks, Bob. Enjoy your day, and you and I, Regina, have a good day together, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow.
Okay.
See you, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Bob Hodge. You can catch Bob a lot of afternoons with the Afternoon Report with Tom Green. Keep us posted on what's happening around the Hudlow Fire District. It's 7:30. You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers of Sisk Family Ford. They have the proven record of the best deals. Right now, with the springtime inventory and deals, it's your place to shop for your truck. Get a good look at the selection of SUVs, Escapes, Edge, and Explorers. Sisk Family Ford can put you in the family car or truck of your choice any day you want to make a change. Try one on for a ride. Make your next deal a Sisk Family Ford deal. Shop local and get your best agreement for the next automobile. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
We want to check in now with the Cherry Mountain Fire District community and find out things that are happening over there maybe. And Sue Price is on the phone to give us that update. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling good today?
I am. Hope you are.
Yes, indeed.
Good. It's a nice day out there. I started out at 57 degrees, so looks like we're going to have another warm day, but that's okay. Let's see. The fire department, I didn't have any calls from them, so I think they were quiet. On my church calendar today, I've got an anniversary for Bobby and Ginger McCraw. And on my personal calendar, I've got an anniversary for Chris and Deetra Lovelace. Fairview Baptist Church doesn't have anything on theirs for today. And First Prod doesn't have any birthdays or anniversaries. The 28th annual Ruatan Barbecue on the 27th at the Hopewell Hollis Clubhouse. Adults are $10, children 6 to 12, $5, and under 6 is free. They'll be having smoked chicken and pulled pork and all the trimmings. And that's from 4 to 8 p.m. on Saturday. And they always have a really good supper. Bostic Missionary Methodist Church is going to be having a singing April 28th, starting at 6 p.m. And the group is Living by Faith, and they invite everyone to come. So that'll be a good singing there at Bostic Missionary Methodist Church. And so far, I think that's the only announcements I have, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks, Sue. You and Richard have a great day as well, and I will check back in the Cherry Mountain Fire District tomorrow morning to see how things are going. You have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, there are so many features about the Miracle Ear. Too many features to spend all the time talking about all the features, but I wish you would check on them. Pull them up on the web if you want to, Miracle Ear, Forest City office. Find out more from Lisa Terry about what all those features are. There are millions of satisfied Miracle Ear customers worldwide, and there is no better respected or well-known brand in hearing aids than Miracle Ear. Schedule your free hearing test by calling 828-368-4126. That's 368-4126. You may want to ask about the Miracle Ear Genius 2.0 with that advanced technology that's really amazing. And this reduces all the distracting background noises. It prevents those embarrassing whistling sounds that occur sometimes. You'll appreciate all these features about Miracle Air. Ask Lisa and her team over there about them. You'll find them at 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102, right next to Southern Carpet. Phone number is 368-4126, 368-4126. All right, let's head up toward Union Mills. Is this Brenda? Or is this is Audrey?
You got Miss Audrey this morning.
Yeah, good. Audrey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Over to your drop-in family grocer there in Bostic. It's always a pleasure to talk to you on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What you got going on over there?
Well, the girls are back cooking breakfast, so, we'd like to encourage everybody to stop by and pick up something good to eat. I know this morning I had a good sausage and egg biscuit, and we're running them on sale right now, 2 for $4, and we'd just like to encourage everybody to stop. And if you don't want that, we got plenty of other things back there. We have good apple pies. We have a good country ham biscuit, a good bacon, egg, and cheese, chicken biscuit. So stop in and get breakfast.
How can anyone resist that, I'm asking? I can't imagine anybody would resist something like that.
That's right. And I'd like to also mention, Jim, we're running our ground chuck on sale right now for $2.69 a pound, which is a good buy back there in the meat market. And we got fresh produce in that came in yesterday, so it's going to be a nice weekend.
Sound like a good weekend for cooking out, for sure.
That's right.
Listen, you keep things together over there for us, and keep eating those biscuits and telling those girls back that they're doing a good job, and I'll see you next time.
All right, Jim. Have a good day.
Thanks, Audrey.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's Audrey over to Drop-In Family Grocery there, right across from the post office, or toward Caddy Corner there, from the post office. It's always a good place to have breakfast or lunch or take something home for supper even. A lot of folks call it supper. I think up north they call it the evening meal. They call that dinner. We call it supper around here, don't we? Well, Eastwood Village Retirement Community is sponsoring a series of forums to assist in meeting the challenges that most people face when getting ready for retirement or have already experienced retirement. Owner of Eastwood Village, Mike McKeithen, constantly hears the requests for answers to challenges people are facing daily. He felt this would be an excellent offering to help our community find some answers to their puzzling and stressful concerns. So the first session is going to be tonight. It'll kick off the series, and that'll deal tonight with legal issues and challenges, and will include topics such as wills, estate planning, power of attorney, and other important legal topics. First session will be from 6:30 to 7:30, and will be led by John Krotz, a partner in the King Law Firm. There'll be time allowed at the end for questions you might want to ask. The session is free, but seating is limited, and it'll be held at the clubhouse at Eastwood Village Retirement Community. That address is 110 Eastwood Village Drive, Bostic. Future sessions will include understanding Medicare options, financial planning, downsizing and decorating a smaller space, healthy grocery shopping and cooking, and emotional well-being. A lot of great topics coming up in this series of events. All the sessions are open to the public, all free. And if someone would like to take a tour of the home out there, there's an Eastwood community, and they have questions about it, they'll be glad to do that for you as well. The topics chosen will assist all ages, whether you are nearing retirement or have already retired. The topics will also help us as people plan for their elderly parents and future decisions involving these challenges. So if you're helping to make decisions for your parents or grandparents, this might be a good session for you. That is tonight. Starts the first one is tonight, 6:30 until 7:30 at the Eastwood Village Retirement Community. Call ahead. Make sure the seat is limited. Call ahead. Make sure you got a seat. That's 429-2279. 429-2279.
Place for your floor covering needs. For example, life-proof luxury vinyl plank and tile, waterproof, pet, and kid-friendly. Southern Carpet has all grades of carpet in stock for your home or apartment. Names like Shaw, Dreamweaver, Mohawk, Tarkett, IVC, and so much more. It's a showplace of quality carpet and floor covering. For the best selection in town, depend on Southern Carpet and get great installation prices. Come see Clayton or Jeff for your flooring needs. They'll floor you. 1512 West Main Street in Forest City and on the web at southerncarpet.net.
Now it's 7:40. Now this is Brenda Kelly, right?
Yes, sir. You're in the right town right now.
All right. I'm glad to get to Union Mills this morning.
I'm telling you, welcome. Come on in.
How's the traffic up there?
Well, it's quiet. I haven't seen any vehicles yet, so.
Traffic lights are working okay up there?
As far as I know, they're just fine. But the post office is working.
Good. It's open now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it opened April the 1st. And so that's a good thing.
And it's a nice building, different from the one they used to have up there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and it's in a different list over on 221 now, so that's good. That's one of the main drags, 221. Yep. Of course, Hudlow's a main drag too, so
yeah.
There's a lot of work going on to Hudlow now.
Well, they're doing a lot of work up there, aren't they?
Yeah, whew. They were still working on that when I come home from church last night.
Is that the pipeline they're putting down?
Yeah.
Gas line?
It's a mess. But they'll get it done, and I guess that it'll be better just as long as they don't get a leak and it explodes and blows everybody up.
Oh, that's not likely to happen.
Well, I hope not. But we hope everybody's having a good day today. I've got 50 degrees on the front porch. Birthdays today. I've got Anderson Preacher, Nathan Buckley, Jack B. Brown, and Brenda Black. Don't have anything on around here, so we hope all these people have a great or big day on their special day. And in ways of announcement, we got a community yard sale Saturday the 27th, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. This will be at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church, and this is at the corner of Cove Road and Pleasant Grove Road. This is in the Green Hill community, and it's 130 Pleasant Grove Road, Rollerton, NC 28139. Then we got a country breakfast buffet Saturday the 27th, 7 to 10 a.m. White House Community Center. This is at 5408 Painters Gap Road, Union Mills, NC 28167. Adults $6, children 6 to 12 $3. Children under age 6 is for free, and they've got all kind of good food. And all proceeds go for the upkeep of the building. And other than that, no, let's see. I think I got one more. Union Mills Learning Center at 6495 Hudlow Road, Union Mills. Friday, May the 3rd, Wiregrass, meal beginning at 6 p.m., and the cost is $5. Baked spaghetti and salad, dessert and drink, and the music begins at 7 p.m. They'll have a tip jar available for the band, and that's got me covered.
Are you a spaghetti eater?
I love spaghetti. Listen, I'm Italian. You know I love
that's
spaghetti.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You like it with a real string, or you like it baked like with the cheese over the top?
I like it baked, and I like it the other way, and the more cheese, the better.
Yeah, I like it baked better than I do where you strung out on your plate and you got to twist it around on your fork. I like that pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the baked spaghetti better.
Well, everybody's different.
Different strokes
but
for
I
different
like all
folks.
of it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you're an Italian.
Yes, my grandfather was full-blooded Italian.
Yeah.
I think it was I'm pretty sure, because my mother's maiden name was Manfredo. Now, is that not Italian?
That sounds pretty Italian.
Yeah, and they moved, her daddy moved here with his daddy when they were little from Italy.
Can you speak Italian?
No. I sure can't. I never knew my grandfather. He died when my mother wasn't but 13.
Yeah.
So I never knew him. But my roots go back to Italy. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, Italian food is good.
I love it.
Yeah, I just love all kind of food, though.
You can tell by looking at me, I do too. Well, listen, you have
a good day, and I will see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, brother. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye. It's Brenda Kelly reporting out of Union Mills this morning, 7:45 right now. And we'll get to our next phone call right after we do this.
Save-A-Lot Grocery, White Oak Plaza, Spindale has hundreds of super low prices on most of your favorite name brand items. They have 500 plus prices lowered across the entire store. Stock up on fresh meats, produce, frozen foods, snack foods, and your favorite beverages and pastries. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 9, Sunday, 10 to 8. Save-A-Lot Grocery, White Oak Plaza, Spindale.
When your vision is important to you, who you trust your vision care to should be important. Dr. Troy Tevis, owner and operator of the Tri-City Optometric Eye Care in Rutherfordton, has been voted the best in the county for a number of years now. Dr. Tevis, OD, PhD, takes time to understand his patients' needs and their concerns. He's not one of these that rushes through everything. He spends time talking to you, explaining to you what's up next, what's happening, what that looks like, and why. And you'll be pleased with the service you get. Even the friendly office staff will be glad to file your insurance papers or Medicare, Medicaid, whatever you have. They'll help you with that. Dr. Tevis is accepting new patients, so just call 828-288-8662 for that appointment. Tri-City Optometric Eye Care is located at 337 North Main Street in Rutherfordton. And Dr. Tevis also has an office located in Tryon at 486 South Tryon Street. Now we're checking in over at Ellenboro Fire District over there to see what's been happening. And man about town is Luther Gilligan. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. Having a good time.
Well,
Sitting there waiting on the sun, looking through the trees, see the sun come up.
It'll be up in a few minutes.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it. So it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Must be sleeping late this morning.
Yeah.
But it's quiet down here this morning. All quiet. Everything peaceful. Nothing exciting happening. Big thing exciting. Luther's going to go out and go to work. Let's see. Fire department only had one medical. I had it about 4:07 this morning. We didn't have anything after the accident yesterday morning. They were quiet all day and all night, which is good. They don't want to go out. That truck sit there and they're riding without people exercise. But nothing else happening there, huh? Well, my everybody, big time coming up, May the 4th, big time wide yard sale. If you don't want to sell in your yard, just come on out Depot Street, set up out there. If you don't want to sell at all, just come on out there and look around and buy something. And of course, the Women's Club, they'll be having biscuit breakfast and cakes and cookies and drinks and coffee and all that stuff. So just a good time there for everybody. Come on out and have a good time, meet all the crowd, talk, tell everything. And Jim, nothing else going on down here. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Luther, have a good one now, and we'll see you then.
All right, take care now.
Bye. That's Luther Gilligan reporting out of Ellenboro this morning. Now it's time for birthdays and anniversaries for this 25th day of April. So call yours into us now. We'll put them all together, announce them, have a drawing, and give somebody some delicious Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. Birthdays and anniversaries number is 287-3356. We've cleared the phone lines for your calls for birthdays and anniversaries. They're coming up next.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, everybody. Let's see whose list here. Trenton Bowen, he's 2 years old, over in Sandy Mush. Irene Lopez, 75, lives over in Forest City. Macy Scruggs is 15 in Spindale. And also celebrating today, looks like, is Anderson Pritchard. Nathan Buckley, Jack B. Brown, and Brenda Black. All these folks, we want to wish a happy birthday. And those names that were called in will be in the drawing for the Daylight Donut from Granny B's, and we'll do that here in just a moment.
Do you ever struggle with knowing how to teach your children to be cautious in our troubled society, and yet not wanting them to be suspicious of everything and everyone they see? A rather humorous story appeared in the July 7, 1993 issue of the San Francisco Examiner that demonstrates the delicate balance between suspicion and reality. A strange-looking box turned up at the California State Automobile Association claims office. Not knowing the contents and aware of recent bombing attempts in other parts of the country, the bomb squad was brought in on the case and 400 office workers were evacuated from the building. A small cannon was fired at the suspicious-looking Fruit Loops box to neutralize its contents. Rather than housing a bomb, the box contained $24,000 in cash, neatly wrapped up in bundles of $20 bills. Neat, that is, before they were neutralized. Looking at everyone and everything through suspicious eyes breeds cynicism and fear. It keeps good people at arm's length from us. It causes our children to be paranoid about most of life's situations. We may even find ourselves bringing out the cannon to neutralize the contents, and in the process harming some very good people. Jesus summed it up well when he taught us not to be any more suspicious of others than we want them to be of us. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
And a big congratulations going out to Macy Scruggs over in Spindale. Macy's 15 years old, and she won the Daylight Donuts this morning from Granny B's. Now, Macy, we'll have that certificate over here at our studio. Stop by and pick that up and enjoy those donuts. Even the donut holes are good. And Granny B's pulling out a big load up right about now over there. If you want a good hot cup of coffee, they got the specialty coffee, the lattes, and all the other specialty coffees, cappuccinos. And go by there and have a cup of coffee. Maybe one of those delicious Daylight Donuts, and think about having lunch with them. It's 7:53 coming up after the 8 o'clock hour. We got a special guest in here. Marvin is in the building even as we speak, and we'll talk to him about an upcoming event right here. And then 8:30 this morning, Dr. Bob will be in the Blue Room holding office hours, taking your questions about how to live healthy naturally. All that straight ahead right here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM. Meanwhile, we'll entertain you with some of the music down the vault of treasured music from the greatest hits of era, right here.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the little bitty baby. He's got the little
season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to read, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late.
Let the WCAB marketing team go to work for your business. It works. Call Tracy or Jim at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. He's in. Former Vice President Joe Biden announcing his run for president with a video this morning. In it, he focuses on the deadly clash between neo-Nazis and protesters in Charlottesville, Virginia.
In that moment, I knew the threat to this nation was unlike any I had ever seen in my lifetime. I wrote at the time that we're in the battle for the soul of this nation. Well, that's even more true today.
Here's ABC's Terry Moran.
Biden entered the presidential race full bore with a bold declaration of bedrock American principles, taking on President Trump directly on the subject of Charlottesville. Biden saying these are the stakes in this election, that if Donald Trump were to have 8 years in the White House, America would be changed irrevocably. And as Biden said, I cannot stand by and watch that happen.
In eastern Russia early this morning, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un meeting for a couple of hours with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Putin says North Korea shouldn't have to give up its nuclear weapons before getting security guarantees. Police in Sunnyvale, California say they don't have a motive yet in a car slamming into a crowd, leaving 8 people hurt. The driver, Isaiah Peoples, is a veteran with PTSD. His mother is Lavelle.
I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. I just knew immediately that either something happened to his car or his PTSD is failing again.
Investigators in Sri Lanka now say it appears all the bombs used on Easter Sunday were made by one person. ABC's James Longman is there.
The pressure is mounting on the government to explain how it could have missed repeated intelligence warnings. A standoff is brewing, with the president asking for the resignation of the defense secretary and police chief. Both have yet to do so.
Agents with the FBI and IRS have raided the home and office of Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh this morning. She's on leave amid a scandal over sales of a book she wrote. This is ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. Invest in your future and buy oil. Encore is drilling in an area that is potentially one of the most prolific horizontal oil plays in the entire country. Oil prices are projected to rise, so you need to own a piece of an oil field. Encore Energy is the most active oil and gas operator in its core area of operations. Call now and learn how to deduct 100% of your investment and create 20 or more years of potential monthly income. Call 1-800-803-8511. You'll be calling directly to the home office of Encore Energy. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
More measles popping up around the country. ABC's Gio Benitez.
It is a record-breaking outbreak. Measles, one of the most contagious infectious diseases spreading across the country, in the worst outbreak since 2000. Now nearly 700 cases have been reported, mostly impacting unvaccinated children, who are among the most at risk for serious complications from that virus.
Strong storms have whipped several states. ABC's Jim Ryan.
The mayor of Ruston, Louisiana, sums up the situation in his town in 2 words. It's bad. He says the town, home to Louisiana Tech University, took a direct hit from at least one tornado, with damage scattered throughout the city. Electrical outages stretch from East Texas to near central Louisiana.
2 people are reported dead in Louisiana because of the weather. The NSA is now reportedly recommending that the White House get rid of a surveillance program that collects information about U.S. phone calls and text messages. According to the Wall Street Journal, the NSA says the cost of keeping all that data and the legal troubles over collecting it outweigh its intelligence benefits. It's an about-face for the agency, which had long argued that the program was vital to fighting terrorism plots within the United States. We could hear new music from Prince. Variety says his estate is going to release an album called Originals, 15 tracks of his recordings of songs that he gave to other artists. The album is expected to be released in June. This is ABC News.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC.
All aboard! Stop in at Jesse James Railroad Express, Railroad Avenue, Rutherford for the most delicious burgers, clubs, hot dogs, fresh salads, chicken, tuna plates, and so much more. All orders are prepared fresh daily. Also pick up a cup of coffee, hand-dipped ice cream cone or milkshake, or a fresh donut. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 4, Saturdays, 8 to 4. Jesse James has been voted best hot dogs and hamburgers for Rutherford County 2 years in a row. Stop by and enjoy a great meal today, only at Jesse James Railroad Express. Call them 447-4644.
Good Thursday morning. Another warm day is in the forecast today. We will see increasing cloud cover throughout the day, but warm temperatures hold on as well as breezy conditions. Highs today in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, mostly cloudy and mild. The chance of showers develops tonight with lows in the lower 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies and breezy. Showers and thunderstorms will be likely on and off in nature with high temperatures in the low to mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Kat. We are at 57 degrees, warming up to about 82 for a daytime high today, and a little wind, about gusting about 19 miles per hour, so it's not going to be too bad, and we'll have the sunny skies all the way through today. Tonight, the clouds come back with some scattered showers, about a 40% chance tonight, 70% tomorrow, and 40% tomorrow night. Then it's all out of here again. The weekend looks really nice. Sunny on Saturday with highs around 76, with wind gusting to about looks like maybe about 13 miles per hour. Congratulations to Macy Scruggs of Spindale. She's 15, and she won the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's Bakery this morning, so she'll enjoy those, I know. And I want to give a shout-out this morning to Matthew Nanny over at Red Line Audio there in Spindale. Worked with me yesterday a little while. He did a great job for me there. If you have any audio work needs to be done, go see them at Red Line. Matthew does a great job. Good guy over there, too. Matthew, good morning. Thanks for your help. Life's always moving. Rush hour traffic, school pickups, and running errands. You're racking up miles. Michelin makes sure you keep up with the new long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With 80,000-mile warranty and safety you expect, now you can enjoy the trip. At Tri-City Tire on East Mountain Street in Rutherfordton, you're always number one. Service you can count on at a price you'll smile about. So if it's a big job, a small fix, or just some free, friendly advice before you hit the road, take it to the professionals at Tri-City Tire. Get the peace of mind you deserve from experts who know how to get the job done right. Tri-City Tire has been serving their customers for years, but they still do it on a first-name basis and take the time for each and every one of them. You can check them out online, on Facebook, or just come on down, and they'll take care of you with a warm handshake and friendly smile. Doing it right, doing it fast, and always at a great price. Your hometown local dealer, especially when you need one. That's Tri-City Tire in Rutherfordton, here and ready to help you. Eastwood Village Retirement Community is sponsoring a series of forums. It starts tonight. The first one is tonight, and I've been telling you a little bit about this. And the meetings are issues dealing with people who are facing retirement, getting ready to retire, or maybe have already experienced retirement. And you have an opportunity to be there tonight. Founder of the Eastwood Village, Mike McKeithen, constantly hears the request for answers to challenges people are facing daily. He felt this would be an excellent opportunity to help our community find those answers to puzzling and stressful concerns. The first session is the kickoff session tonight, and that'll deal with legal issues and challenges and will include topics such as wills, estate planning, power of attorney, and other important legal topics. First session is tonight, 6:30 until 7:30, and it'll be led by John Krotz, a partner in the King Law Firm. There'll be time allowed at the end of the session for questions if you have those. The session is free, no obligation, but seating is limited, so it'd be wise to maybe call ahead and make sure you have a seat at 429-2279. 429-2279. It'll be held in the clubhouse at Eastwood Village Retirement Community. The address is 110 Eastwood Village Drive, Bostic. That's 74 business heading toward Ellenboro. There'll be future monthly sessions we'll tell you about as time allows, but tonight's the kickoff. And if you'd like to go, we'd love for you to go and get your seat available at 429-2279. If you have a little opportunity and want to visit the retirement community there, you'll love that as well. I've been bragging on that a lot, so I know maybe you'll get a tour of that while you're there. Well, I'm happy to have in the studio with me this morning Marvin Green. He's been here before. He's no stranger to this audience, no stranger to the community. Been around a long time as pastor and also director of the missions there in the Green River Association. Marvin, glad to have you this morning.
Thank you, Jim. It's good to be here with you. Appreciate it.
You're here this morning talking about a very important issue that's dear to my heart and dear to many other hearts that we do every year, and that's the Pray for a Miracle rally. Tell us more about that.
Right. The National Day of Prayer is an international, actually all around the world, but especially in America. We gather on the May the 2nd, Thursday, May the 2nd every year, or praying for the 7 centers of influence. We pray for government, church, military, family, education, media, and business. And we have different prayer leaders. Our rally this year, as last year and the year before, will be meeting at the courthouse, Rutherford County Courthouse, on the lawn. We are hoping we'll have good weather, but our rain location is Second Baptist Church, Rutherford. But we have different people who lead us in those different areas of prayer. But the National Day of Prayer is the largest rallies in Washington, but there'll be people praying all across the nation for local matters and national matters.
I think American people have recognized in recent months the importance and the impact prayer can have on our nation, and some of the things that I know many ministers have been praying diligently for what's happening, and there've been seeing some major changes happening, and policy even changing. We're grateful, for the good things in America. We don't want to be gloom and doom, but spiritually speaking, we are in great need of a spiritual awakening, and we've read and understand that many times in the past in our history, God has come forth in great power and changed the nation, and basically, the Word of God gives such a priority to prayer, and that's the reason that we gather and pray for these different areas of influence. But yes, one of the things we've seen is that the prayer emphasis is growing all across the nation. People are sensing we really, really, really need a visitation from God, and that's the reason that we're doing what we're doing, and this is set aside every year, but of course people are praying all through the year for our nation. Even Jesus prayed, so it must be pretty important. Well, it was a priority for him, absolutely. And so if it's a priority for Jesus, it better be a priority for us. I want to also help our audience understand, Marvin, that this is a non-denominational event. It's not directed by any particular denomination. No, absolutely not. The If My People Prayer Ministry of Rutherford County sponsors this, but that committee is interdenominational. We have pastors and others, lay people from all across the county in different churches. So no, it's interdenominational, and that's the way we want to, we always want it to be that way. We want to reach all of God's people. Been pretty favorable weather-wise in recent years. I don't believe we've been rained out at all, have we? No, we haven't. We came close year before last. It was all around us, and we kind of had a little good there on the lawn at the courthouse. And so the forecast is about 40% chance of rain this year, but God's in control of that, so we'll just ask him for mercy there for about an hour. Yeah. He'll hold that off. Hopefully he will, yes. And again, that time is 12 noon. That is next Thursday, a week from today, on the courthouse lawn there, and it's well attended. It seems like it grows every year, doesn't it? God's blessed us every year. He really has, and we'll have a children's choir there. They're going to be singing. They've been with us a couple of years, and they do a wonderful job. They do indeed. And we have some handouts for the people to take with them, so they can continue to pray even after that time is over. Marvin, one of the other things that has impressed me about the event is the demographics of the ages. We have them all ages, from young all the way up to the seniors who need assistance getting up to the steps there. And we're grateful for that. That's one thing we want to see always is reaching people, children, like you say, all the way up to the elderly, which I'm included now. So, well, we're all facing that category pretty fast. All right, we do want to encourage folks to be involved. If you believe in prayer at all, or believe in making that intercessory unto God, this is the time to show that unity, and these fellows work hard to get this organized. And Marvin's been a key leader in this for many years, along with some other pastors, and we'd like to have him come by and talk a little bit more about it, see if we can encourage you to make just chip out a little time. It's about lunchtime, so usually about 45 minutes. We try to keep it really within about 30 minutes, so people can come on their lunch hour and then get back to work. So we move it along. Really, we're not trying to push, but we try to move it along and pray for all these areas. It's not a drag out. There's no preacher's going to preach long. It's just basically. We actually give them about 3 minutes. And that's pretty good if it's a preacher. So. If you want to see some preachers cut their time, so come on out. Thursday. Barbara, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Jim, for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Dr. Bob's in this morning at 8:30, and I'll be back with some news from here and there in just a moment.
The flu season will soon be upon us, and Smith Drugs of Forest City is ready to provide these immunizations at the drugstore at your convenience. We will bill your insurance, and one of our pharmacists can administer the vaccine to you Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Remember that a flu immunization is the best way to prevent getting the flu, in addition to washing hands, covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze, and staying home when you are sick. Prepare yourself and protect those around you with a flu immunization this year. Come see us at Smith Drugs of Forest City, 139 East Main Street.
Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Ken Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford. Again, that's 287-3338. Some of the stories from here and there this morning. Shelby Star is reporting that a Shelby man serving a life sentence for murder is accused of assaulting an officer. Christopher Sizemore allegedly hit a sergeant with the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office in the face less than 24 hours before he was due to give testimony in a first-degree murder trial. According to the court records, he assaulted the sheriff's deputy as they were putting him into his cell at the jail. Sizemore, who has been housed at Alexander Correctional Institution, was back in Cleveland County to provide testimony in the first-degree murder trial of Ashley Blanton Sanders. Sanders was accused of working with Sizemore to kill her grandmother, Mildred Blanton, in June of 2016. He is currently serving life for beating the 95-year-old to death. Sanders' case was dismissed after Sizemore became uncooperative with the district attorney. During his first appearance on Tuesday, ADA Sally Kirby Turner offered to talk with him about lowering the charge to a misdemeanor considering his current sentence. Sizemore is currently charged with assault resulting in physical injury of a law enforcement officer. He is held in the Cleveland County Slammer on a $20,000 bond. An Ohio woman attempted to avoid arrest on warrants by allegedly faking a pregnancy. Yeah. She was a passenger car that was pulled over, and during the traffic stop, police said Maynard provided false information, claiming she was Sister Melissa. When she was confronted, the responding officer said she claimed to be 9 months pregnant and demanded to be transported to Wexner Medical Center in Columbus for delivery. Police said after 4 different types of ultrasounds, doctors found Maynard was not pregnant, and she had not been pregnant within the past month. Officers arrested Maynard after her sister confirmed her identity. She was wanted for illegal conveyance in Pike County. Now, apparently, this woman not too smart. She should have known that they can always tell if you're pregnant or if you're not pregnant, and so lying to say you're pregnant, come on. Well, I guess if we're pretty smart, they wouldn't be doing dumb things anyway, but that's the way it goes. Well, Mayfest is one of the longest-running festivals in North Carolina, drawing visitors from across the region for a full day of springtime and family fun. Annual traditions we enjoyed, including a wide variety of artisans and crafters showcasing their one-of-a-kind items, performances by local dancers, gymnasts, and it's going to be in our own downtown Rutherford. May the 4th, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. It's always fun to be there. Cheerleading groups, a return of the Pinewood Derby race, and the car, truck, and bike show will also be back. The main stage will be rocking throughout the day with live music from national country artist Houston Bernard Band and local legends Rutherford County Line. Friendly fur babies will take the spotlight during the Mayfest Pet Contest, sponsored by Four Paws Kingdom Campground and Dog Retreat. Youngsters will have a ball in the Kids Playland located in the parking lot next to the courthouse, featuring inflatables, bouncy houses, and rock climbing walls. No festival is complete without fabulous food vendors. Indulge yourself with delicious barbecue, turkey legs, roasted corn, stir-fried funnel cakes, kettle corn, cotton candy, homemade ice cream, and much, much more. And, of course, your local favorite radio station, 100.9 FM, 590 AM, will be there broadcasting on the scene. Talk more about that throughout the day here in Rupton. 20 minutes past the hour of the Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Francis coming up in just a moment. Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care. Hey, listen, if you have a bunch of land covered with trees and you want to sell that land, or sell those trees rather, and develop the land, Bristol Industries is the people you should call. They'll buy all types of standing timber. You get a good price from the company that's been in business over 30 years. And they've served all of western North Carolina. So if you have acres of standing timber, call Barry Ellenberg and Jacob Shuford. You might as well go ahead and get top dollar for your trees. Don't just give them away. Get top dollar for them, right? Well, Jacob and Barry are trained in this business. All their loggers are insured, and you'll be dealing with a reputable company. Call Bristol Industries, Bridgewater Chip Plant at 828-584-3335. Again, that's Bristol Industries, Bridgewater Chip Plant, 828-584-3335. Like to say hello again to Matthew and Natty over at Redline. Boy, you're talking about good service. I got good service yesterday, and I appreciate Matthew and all the other guys over there. So if you need any audio work done on your car or truck, that's the place. Redline Audio there in Spindale. Matthew Natty did a great job for me. I want to say good morning to him right now. He may be on the road traveling. He may be working already. Here is Sheriff Chris Francis, our report he gave us earlier. We recorded it for broadcast at this time. Remember, Dr. Bob's in at 8:30. If you have a question you want to call in early, go ahead and do that. 287-3356.
During the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 166 calls for service. There have been 9 arrests processed at the county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 153. Among those arrested, Brittany Nicole Gillian, 30-year-old female, was charged with 2 counts of trespassing, received a $2,000 unsecured bond. Richard Wayne Hurst, 39-year-old male of Forest City, was charged on assault of a female. Will see a district court judge for bond. Curtis Eugene Lowe, 26-year-old male of Spindale, was charged with burglary, larceny, and attempted arson, and received a $50,000 secured bond. Terry Lee Bunch, Jr. of Forest City, was charged with violation of domestic violence order, misdemeanor stalking. Will see a district court judge for bond. J-Ron Danita Bristol, 22-year-old male of Ellenboro, was charged with trespassing, received a custody release. Pamela Lynn Levis, a 33-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, received a written promise to appear. Devontae Marquez Hill, 26-year-old male of Spindale, was charged with probation violation, received $8,000 secured bond. One of the incidents, we had a larceny on Callahan King Road. A Honda CBR 929 white and black motorcycle was taken. In a separate instance, we had larceny on Maple Creek Road in Rutherford where prescription medications were stolen. We had a larceny on Crystal Creek Road in Mooresboro where household items were shipped from a residence in Florida to an address near this location, but it was the wrong address UPS shipped it to, and having a hard time relocating those items. And we had a stalking violation of the domestic violence order where Terry Bunch was arrested out of that incident. And that's the report we have for today, Jim.
Life's always moving. Rush hour traffic, school pickups, and running errands. You're racking up miles. Michelin makes sure you keep up with the new long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With 80,000-mile warranty and safety you expect, now you can enjoy the trip. At Tri-City Tire on East Mountain Street in Rutherford, you're always number one. Service you can count on at a price you'll smile about. So if it's a big job, a small fix, or just some free, friendly advice before you hit the road, take it to the professionals at Tri-City Tire. Get the peace of mind you deserve from experts who know how to get the job done right. Tri-City Tower has been serving their customers for years, but they still do it on a first-name basis and take the time for each and every one of them. You can check them out online, on Facebook, or just come on down, and they'll take care of you with a warm handshake and friendly smile. Doing it right, doing it fast, and always at a great price. Your hometown local dealer, especially when you need one. That's Tri-City Tower in Rutherford, here and ready to help you.
In Raleigh. The Rockets advancing to the Western Conference semifinals with a 193 win over the Jazz, as we hear from Adam Spillane.
After starting the game 1 of 11 from the field, James Harden finished with a game-high 26 points on 10 of 26 shooting to go with 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Clint Capella gave the Rockets 16 points and 10 rebounds, while Chris Paul and Eric Gordon added 15 points. Royce O'Neal led the Jazz with 18 points off the bench, but Donovan Mitchell scored just 12 points on 4 of 22 shooting.
The Los Angeles Clippers forcing a Game 6 in their NBA first-round series, holding off the Golden State Warriors 129-121. Los Angeles Angels slugger Shohei Ohtani facing live pitching Wednesday to begin the probable final step in his return from Tommy John surgery. The reigning American League Rookie of the Year drew 2 walks and hit a line drive into the gap, playing in an extended spring training game at Tempe Diablo Stadium. You're listening to NCN Sports.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to Charlotte. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradestateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T and Harris Teeter. For more information, visit PoweradestateGames.org.
This just in, a brand new Stoneville cotton variety has just been released. ST5600B2XF features a good fiber package, root knot nematode resistance, and it's dicamba tolerant, so you can spray Ingenia herbicide to control glyphosate-resistant pigweed. You're always looking for more ROI per acre. That's smart, and that's Stoneville. Talk with your local representative or retailer about new ST5600B2XF. Grow smart with BASF.
Ingenia herbicide is a U.S. EPA restricted use pesticide. Additional state restrictions may apply. Always read and follow label directions.
College football hopefuls looking to hear their names called during the NFL draft. We'll find out later tonight if they score a place on one of the 32 teams in the NFL. Correspondent Steve Futterman has a preview.
With the first pick,
Commissioner Roger Goodell will be there to announce the first picks. Evan Washburn of CBS Sports says teams are reluctant to show their hands.
These hours leading up to the draft are often used to provide some of that intrigue and mystery.
The Arizona Cardinals have the first pick. Many expect them to choose Oklahoma quarterback Kyler Murray.
If they feel that Kyler Murray is a quarterback that fits their system, then I just don't see a situation where they wouldn't take him.
Defensive picks, though, are likely to dominate tonight's first round. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
The parent company of Speedway Motorsports says it's making an offer to acquire all of its outstanding stock. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
Good Thursday morning. Another warm day is in the forecast today. We will see increasing cloud cover throughout the day, but warm temperatures hold on as well as breezy conditions. Highs today in the low to mid 80s. Tonight, mostly cloudy and mild. The chance of showers develops tonight with lows in the lower 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies and breezy. Showers and thunderstorms will be likely on and off in nature with high temperatures in the low to mid 70s. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
It's 58 degrees here at Rutherfordton at beautiful downtown Whiteside Road location of 100.9 FM, 590 AM. Should be sun should be breaking out here pretty soon. It's going to be warming up to about 82 with wind gusting to about 19 miles per hour. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Congratulations to Macy Scruggs. She's 15 over Spindale. She won the Daylight Donuts this morning from our drawing. Compliments of Granny B's Bakery. The following program, Dr. Bob's Grocery Store Medicine and Healthy Life Anecdotes, is paid for by Dr. Bob Crummy. The opinions expressed on this program by Dr. Crummy are not necessarily those of the owner and staff of WCAB. You are invited to call your questions in live now to Dr. Bob at 287-3356. And now live in the studio, here is Dr. Bob Crummy. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Good morning, Jim Bishop. It's great to be with you again in beautiful Blue Room at WCAB.
Hope you're feeling well today.
Oh, I am. Spring is here, and I'm feeling well.
Good. Remind our listeners that if you have a question you want to ask Dr. Bob, now's the time to do it before we run out of time. It's 30 minutes passes pretty fast, so get your calls in to us So we can get those answered by Dr. Bob. I have some already here this morning, so Dr. Bob, if you're ready to go, we're ready to go.
Okay.
All right, first question. My knee often makes a popping sound when I bend. Is that normal?
Well, I think it sort of means you're out of shape. It means you're overweight or something. It can mean that. It happens to people, and the older we get, the more it happens to us. Things like that. You're walking along and just all of a sudden you pull or tear or strain a muscle in your knee. And in our joints, we have so many connections where the muscle, the tendon, hooks into the bone, or on one end and another bone on the other end. And so when they flex, or contract rather, they cause it to bend, cause movement, And sometimes you're just walking along doing nothing. Now, it helps to exercise in the water when something like that happens, because that way you're going to be sure not to overdo it, not to strain anything. But, I think that when you have something like that, it's good to treat it with a heating pad, elevate it, treat it with a heating pad, and all that's going to do is speed up healing. But generally speaking, it's not a serious thing. It's something that if you treat, and the good thing about the knee is most of the time you can get one of these little knee braces from almost any big store, and they're pretty inexpensive, and they're just mainly elastic and rubber, and put them on, and you can walk without the pain, without injuring or re-injuring it, But it generally speaking happens to somebody. They didn't state their age or anything, did they?
No, they did not.
Was it a male or female,
It was a male.
Yeah.
Let me follow up on that from a personal experience too. I generally don't have knee problems, but occasionally I'll be walking along and a sharp pain will hit my kneecap like somebody stuck a needle into something, and then it goes away. I mean, it takes me 2 or 3 steps to get it out of there. But is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and it can be something like that, like it can be stretched too much or stretched over something, And when you're talking about the kneecap now, you're talking about kind of 3 bones: the kneecap, and then the humerus coming down, and something coming up, and them connecting and so forth. And
it goes away about as fast as it comes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I have something kind of similar to that sometimes, but that's usually in the calf of my leg, and that's a muscle spasm. Have you ever had that muscle spasm? Yeah. Oh boy,
Yeah, I sure have. That's a pain too.
You just want it to go away.
We used to call them, when I was a boy, we used to call them Charlie horses.
Yeah, still do.
Yeah. Next question. Is it better to treat arthritis symptoms with heat or cold?
Well, usually both, and it's kind of like, I think that sometimes it helps when you first injure something to put cold on it, ice on it. And, and what that does is that kind of stops the bleeding and lets your body kind of adjust to things without a lot of swelling and this sort of thing. But then, an hour or 2 later, you can simply start with the heat, and the heat is going to increase the blood supply there, so it heals quicker. So that's a good thing to do. Yeah. And here again, if we're talking about a limb, especially a leg or a knee, it's best to elevate them too. If you really treat it aggressively for a day or 2, it heals up pretty quickly. Sometimes if you don't do that, it takes a long while to do it. But I've had friends to, let's say, injure their knee, or their knee just pops out when they're walking, and they go and at their age now, the doctor starts talking to them about a knee replacement. And so help me, most of my friends will go out and buy a knee brace, and they wear it during the day, and they take it off at night and elevate it at night, and in a month they don't have any problem with the knee at all.
Everybody seems to be thinking along the same line. You were already addressed this a moment ago. This next question said, how the best way to prevent calf and foot cramps
is with, now I think very specifically, I like a tablespoon of raw honey and a teaspoon or a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Put it in a cup of warm water, stir it up, and drink that cup twice a day. And if you do that, that kind of brings the cellular balance back to the body. Most of the time when we have problems with electrolytes, too much potassium, too little potassium, or we're taking something in like that. The other thing is, it's good to, in the summertime especially, eat raw herbs. Like if you're growing oregano or sage or rosemary, break some of the leaves off and chew them up. And they are absolutely super potent antioxidants then, which means they clean out your blood vessels. They dissolve these plaques, and almost all of them do it. They are super antioxidants. But and now they're good antioxidants too when you get them in the powder form and that sort of thing that we use them in. But when you get them in the fresh form, you've really got something that's kind of super, And here again, I don't know of any adverse effects from them, whereas you can get adverse effect with chemistry, with prescription drugs.
This is a good question here. How soon do you throw away pills after the date has expired?
Never.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, now I take this stance, and it was not original with me. When I went to the boys and I, for 10 years in a row, we went to the state fair, and we'd go to the agriculture department, and it'd always be someone there selling herbs, and I never knew anything about herbs then and so forth. But I got to know one of the guys there, and he's, from all places, from Marshall, North Carolina, mountain fella. Now at that time I'm living in the eastern part of North Carolina, so I'm not familiar with any mountain people up here. But boy, he was really angry that the pharmaceutical firms or any company started putting expiration dates on these things. He said the only thing that weakens them is direct sunlight. If you sit them out in the sunlight, and that's why some of them come in glass that's colored, to stop the sun from keeping it too light there. The other thing, let's see. Oh, the other thing was heat. He said if you put it on top of a stove or on top of any kind of heater, then that will help it lose its potency. He said, but otherwise, at room temperature or in a cabinet, a dark place, he said they'll last for 100 years. I don't care what you've got. Now, I believe the guy, and I've kind of started doing this. I never throw anything away, Now, I say never. That's not true. I do sometimes, because sometimes you get the pills and they get you haven't cared for them properly, and so they kind of melt into one another, and they all stick together and this kind of thing. But still, you could take those. But I really believe that you don't have to pay any attention to the expiration date. Now, what do you pay attention to with things like bread and this sort of thing? If it gets mold on it, well, if you can break the mold off and do it, but if you're unable to, then we throw the bread away, that kind of thing. But otherwise, no, it's...
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Next question, what can be taken to help sleep at night? To help someone sleep at night?
Well, I think the best thing is valerian root, Valerian, and the nickname for valerian root is God's Valium. And I think one valerian root capsule is comparable to 5 milligrams of Valium in terms of what it does for you. So I take a valerian root about an hour before bedtime. You shouldn't have any problem at all. Now, if you have taken one, let's say an hour before bedtime, and you have trouble sleeping, you're not asleep in 20 minutes, take another one then. And almost always that works without any trouble. There are a lot of things that relax you. Melatonin, it's worth trying, because with a lot of people, melatonin works really super to help them sleep. And melatonin is a hormone that our brain makes, and it's very safe. But if a lot of folks just say it doesn't work for them. But generally speaking, it's kind of a matter of reducing stress in your life, and to kind of figure out, what kind of things are causing me stress now, and I can, what can I do to change that? And as you do that, you'll start sleeping better.
Yeah, I was gonna say it with the thing that people go through every day, like stress and anxiety, that would cause them to stay awake at night too.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Next question: what is gout?
Gout is a form of arthralgia, painful joints. Now, gout is a dietary thing, and I'm not sure what it produces. Some kind of acid, some kind of physical, like crystals or something like that. And these crystals are sort of between the bones and give you, hurt there. Usually gout, believe it or not, occurs in the big toes first. So if your big toes really start hurting, the chances are that's gout. And it's interesting because I used to work in the emergency room, and I worked there 2 nights a week for 5 years. And it would be interesting because every now and then you'd see somebody come in a wheelchair, and they would have both hands over their foot to make sure nobody touched that foot because it was so painful with the gout. But I read a wonderful article in the Breeze magazine by this guy named James A. Dukes, who's an expert at botany and herbal kinds of things. And he said celery cures gout. And the pain from gout. And he also said cherries do too. Now, I got gout, and there's no doubt. I went and bought me some celery. I washed it off, cut it into pieces about 4 inches to 6 inches long. I ate the whole stalk of celery and did nothing but drink water when I ate the celery. By the time I finished, I had no pain at all from the gout. And if you want to keep it away, just eat a little bit of celery every day, or a little bit of cherries. Now, most of the time, pharmacists can tell you exactly what kind of acid this is that will cause the pain from gout. But it's a treatable, curable kind of thing with diet. Sometimes just drinking too much beer can cause it. But it can be anything that you eat, anything else too.
That's the last question we've had called in, but I know you always come with information to share with our audience, so take it away.
Well, okay, let's see. I think I'm going to maybe annoy some individuals today with the kind of thing I'm thinking about. We all want better health. We all want to be healthier and happier. And really, if you want to be it, you have to face reality. And reality is 70% of America is obese. We've got an epidemic of that going on. If you have any kind of symptoms at all, and stress is one of these, and you're overweight, you have to lose weight. Now, there are a dozen ways to lose weight. The main thing is it's a dietary thing. And the interesting thing about dietary things is once you start eating healthy foods, you start feeling better. And you'll start losing weight. One great way to lose weight is the Atkins diet. Just eat fats and proteins. Now, if you don't want to eat fats, fine, don't eat fats, but they're okay. You could lose 1 to 4 pounds a day, depending on how much you weighed, just by eating. You could eat as many eggs as you want to, as much bacon as you want to, as much hamburger, cooked there, but no bread, no carbohydrates, And the interesting thing about the high protein diet is you start feeling better. It's something that they have certain, they call them ketones that you produce somewhere, and that makes you feel a little better and so forth. The interesting thing too is when we aren't taking any carbohydrates in, we aren't converting the sugar into fat. And what happens is the body starts breaking down fat and converts that into sugar, because that's what our body kind of runs on, sugar and oxygen. What was the question?
The
that wasn't a question.
Yeah, we're out of questions. You were talking about.
Yeah, I was talking about how I'm going to annoy some people talking about now. And here's the thing about it, like I'm struggling with that right now. Right now I'm fluctuating between 222 and 230, and I want to get down to about 100, somewhere between 190 and maybe 195. But so that's number one. Number two, you really got to eat healthy things. Now, people talk about the Mediterranean diet, but fresh vegetables are fantastic, and raw fruits and raw vegetables are absolutely fantastic also. When you eat those things, now here's something else, Jim, and this is going to sound strange. Okay, if you weigh 200 pounds, there's a little formula for people about drinking water. It says almost no one in America drinks the amount of water that they need to each day. If you weigh 200 pounds, you need to half that, and if you half that, you get 100. And if you'll take 100 ounces of water, and it has to be filtered water, 100 ounces of filtered water a day is what you need to drink. That's what I need. I need to drink 110 ounces of filtered water every day. Now, do I do that? No. And if you don't do that, then those kinds of things can cause a lack of balance in your body with almost any system, And also the cardiovascular system. This really helps the cardiovascular system. For the last 100 years, heart disease, heart attacks have been what killed most Americans. Now it's 1 out of 4 die of heart attack. But here again, almost all of them are overweight, almost all of them have an improper diet, and almost all of them do not have any kind of exercise program. And I'm not talking about real hard exercise, and I'm just talking about, the kind that you get when you go to Lifestyle or something like that, aquarobics exercising there, or getting on one of these machines, or lifting weights and adjusting that so you're lifting light weights and you're not causing any trouble.
Are you familiar with Sassy water?
No.
Sassy water. Let me see if I can remember the ingredients. They're recommending you drink Sassy water. They want you to have purified water first of all, and you chop. You slice thin slices of lemon with the rind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a gallon of water.
Mm-hmm.
Then you slice cucumbers. The cucumbers in there, and then you take some mint leaves,
mm-hmm.
fresh mint leaves.
Yeah.
Put those in there, about 7 or 10. I can't remember how many. And then you also take what was that other ingredient? I knew I was going to leave one ingredient. Anyway, you put all those ingredients, natural ingredients, put in that water, and let it stay in the refrigerator overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drink that all day long. Got a great taste to it, but it's supposed to help with. It cuts out the bloating of your belly. It also helps with digestion. It's supposed to help you lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
I just read about it the other day, and we've been trying it. It's a great taste. It got a great taste to it. Cucumbers, lemon.
And both of those things are fantastic. Cucumbers used to be considered a herb 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And listen, the cucumbers and the citrus fruits and the skin of the citrus fruits, to eat those things, that's helpful too. Some of the small cells in our body use that to create energy, and that makes these cells healthier, like specific cells for an organ, let's say. And stuff like that is fantastic. And unfortunately, the water we get now, most of it that Americans drink is just loaded with all kinds of things, everything from heavy metals to you name it. Mm-hmm. But
ginger was another ingredient. You find scraped ginger, about a teaspoonful.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in there as well.
I'll
get that recipe for you.
Yeah, I think you could make your own with that too. You could just get. I like the idea of getting filtered water. I do that now, and I pay 40 cents for a gallon of water. The other thing I do is I make sure I use it in gallon glass container rather than the what's the stuff? Plastic.
Yeah, I've read where plastic's not good after water sits in it for a while.
Mm-hmm. I've read that too. And the other thing I've read about is that most of the time the water we buy from stores in plastic containers have been sitting in the warehouse for about 6 months before we get it in the store, you know.
You never really know where that water came from.
Yeah.
It could come out of fire hose for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but, you know. Another question coming in. What do you think of the new collagen drinks for health and weight loss?
The new collagen drinks.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'm not familiar with that either. I think the thing you have to do with weight loss, Jim, is just really go on a healthy diet. I think you have to cut out high calorie foods. I really like the high protein, high fat diet, but that's got to be no carbohydrates, no sugar products at all. Now the neat thing is you'll start losing weight right away. The other thing is, it's kind of like I'm beginning to practice what I preach. Then I'm not doing enough of it. Like I started this little thing about the water, and I probably drink 25 ounces of water a day, and yet and it says you're not going to be healthy unless you have at least, with me it's 100 ounces because it's half your body weight in ounces. Mm-hmm. And we'll see how I look next week.
Yeah. Another question, what can be done for psoriasis on the scalp?
Well, there are a lot of things. The thing I like best of all is Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap. You can get that at most of the grocery stores. I know you can get it at Ingles now. You can get it at the health food stores. But it is absolutely fantastic. And I would say shampoo your head in it. Or you can just put it on your hair and just let it dry. But do it at least twice a day. And if you do that, I think you'll get excellent results. And the other thing you can use, believe it or not, you can use tea tree oil on it. Mm-hmm. And you can just take and put a little bit of mineral oil on it or a little bit of olive oil in your hand and rub on that, and that helps it too. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of things that you can do for that.
Easy enough to do? Easy enough to do?
Oh, yeah. In fact, the aloe vera plant, you can slide that open and just rub that on your head. That's really helpful.
Got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left before the program ends. Words of wisdom.
Well, let's see. Look in the mirror.
I've got a question coming in. 2 questions coming in. What causes tightness in the chest?
Well, it can be caused by several things. Most of the time it's caused by, you've been cutting the grass, you've been exercising, you've been walking, and basically speaking, your heart's not pumping out enough blood to cover the energy that you're burning up, and so you get short of breath, and that's a form of congestive heart failure. I have that. I love to cut my grass. Got that push mower. It's gas, but it's you push it around, and I cut about half the yard, and I start getting short of breath, and I simply rest for 2 or 3 minutes until the shortness of breath goes away, and I just kind of hyperventilate while I'm having it. I also have chest pain from that, but the chest pain goes away, with me doing that. Now, here again, the solution to that is lose weight and healthy eating, the appropriate amount of water each day, and moderate exercise. Oh, also, let me tell you what I just read too. I'm reading now that people are recommending, especially with the heart now, if you don't want to have a heart attack, moderate drinking of alcohol is recommended. For men, it's not recommended that you drink more than 2 beverages a day. Like 2 beers a day or 2 glasses of wine a day. That's it. With women, only 1 glass a day. But it says that they have better statistics in terms of they decrease the number of heart attacks, people who do that, by something like 27%. That's a large number.
One final question before we have to leave the air. What can be done for eczema on babies? What can be done for eczema on babies?
Well, mainly it's a matter of keeping it clean. And then I would say, it'd be perfectly okay to use a little bit of Dr. Baumer's peppermint soap. You can just put 2 drops in your hand and then put a few drops of water and rub it on that. The other thing that would help it is just keeping it, there's a little rule of thumb, like if it's dry, keep it lubricated. If it's wet, keep it dry. And so, you might put a little bit of weak hydrogen peroxide on it if it's dry or wet, and then a little bit of olive oil or some kind of baby oil on it if it's dry.
All right, Dr. Bob, another day's come and gone. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week.
I look forward to it, Jim. It was great. Have a good day.
Appreciate
Have a good
all the
weekend.
Questions been called in this morning, and I'll give those to Dr. Bob, and he'll put those in his next book. See you, Bob.
Right. Okay.
Get your local weather at 5 past the hour here on WCAB.